Good evening, Mayor, Council members, and staff. My name is Nguyễn. I'm a member of the Board of Education for the Gandro Unified School District. I'm also a lawyer. I have my office located right here on Bolsa for almost 25 years. So I'm very well versed. I'm a business owner here, and I'm very well versed in the practice of the City of Westminster here today. Today, we heard for the first time someone object to a council member appointing their children to the commission, but I knew all along council member and mayor Margie Rice and other members as well appointed their children to other committee, and no one objected to that. How come for first time the Vietnamese member coming up and appointing continue that practice there, and someone objected to that I have that issue with that. And also looking through the code of ethics, it sounds very good for the intention, but it doesn't do good for the resident and the city of Westminster for several reasons. Number one, it prevents a council member from interacting with the staff, which is a good thing and a healthy thing for a functioning organization like the city of Westminster. It does prevent the council member from seeking a quick resolution to on behalf of the resident, something very ordinary, very usual for the staff to do. I consider council member, the city manager is just like the manager for any business, and a council member, like it for lack of term, this case the owner. And I don't see how in a situation where having the manager at the restaurant and the owner happen to be there, I don't know why the owner cannot tell the waiter to bring the water to the customer waiting here, waiting too long. Why don't you just turn down to say a little bit, the sun is too bright, too hot to the customer. I don't see why the customer and the owner cannot do that on behalf of the customer there, because they all function the same way. So preventing the communication between the council member to the staff, it actually paralyzed the council member who are elected to serve the need of the resident. And also, there's a provision in the code itself. It prevent council member from having their personal knowledge unless the information presented at the hearing. And I don't see how the council member cannot use their personal knowledge and experience in applying to decision. They don't have to. You don't expect other residents to present all information before they can make decision based on that information. This is not wrong. This is not a courtroom where if you don't present your evidence, you lose. That is wrong way of doing that. So the member can be entitled to apply their personal knowledge to do that. And if you prevent council member from using their personal knowledge and from giving all that function to protect and serve the resident, you prevent the council member from responding to the need of the residents. Because the council member, after all, they elected the people to serve the need of the business and the resident here. The city manager, even if he's the opponent, he's not elected the people. He doesn't have to be responsive to the need of the residents. So that's why it's very important for the council member to preserve that function, at least interaction with the staff, communication with staff, to ask them what's going on, how's it doing, why is this thing happen out there. It's really normal function, a normal thing for any functioning organization. And there's a provision in the code that say why it prevent the council member from influence the staff in making decisions on appointment or contracting. I don't see. The point is the council member elect to serve the need of the resident, to serve the city. So it is the function of the council member to have an input in how the staff do their job. So if the council member cannot give input, the council member cannot sit and wait until the end. It's just too late for that. If that code go into place, it turn the head around on the function of election, on a function of democracy. How come elected a member cannot do what I'm supposed to do.
Sir,
Sorry, my time's up.
your time is up.